Hi, I'm CourageOLVCJ and welcome to Commander Class. In today's video, we will be going over cycle lands. So when it comes to cycle lands, it's really lands that have this ability, we'll call it, called cycling or cycle, where you pay a certain amount of mana or colored mana depending on the land, and then you're able to discard a card to draw a card. If you're still a bit confused, all my information will be linked down below, but realistically it's one of those things where if you keep drawing lands, you're able to tap one, discard the land from your hand, and then able to draw another card. Now, playing Magic the Gathering for like 6-7 years, I see them, but not that often. Usually when people talk about cycle lands, they're usually talking about them in the weak area. They are very useful, but in very rare circumstances, and most people would rather play the land than discard a card and draw a card when it comes to these cards. But when it comes to these lands, they are currently in 6 different sections, and those sections are 2 cycling lands, M cycling lands, cycling deserts, dual coloured cycling lands, triumph lands, and then other lands. I'll be going over all 6 of them, showing you the cards that are in them, and then kind of giving you a quick rundown of how the lands work. In this video, I will be going over a total of 32 lands, starting with the 2 cycling lands. When it comes to these lands, there is 5 in total, 1 of each colour. They all enter the field tapped, and they all have cycle 2. So you have to pay 2 mana to discard and then draw. And those 5 cards will be on screen now. Drifting Meadow, Remote Isle, Polluted Mire, Smothering Crater, Slippery Caress. Next we are on the M cycling lands. There is a total of 5, again, 1 of each colour. These ones also all entered tapped, but the reason they're called M lands is for each one that taps for a certain colour, you can pay that colour for the cycling cost instead. So for example, if you play the white land, it costs you the mana, which is the M, the white mana, to then be able to cycle that land. And here are all 5 on screen now. Secluded Steep, Lonely Sandbar, Barren Moor, Forgotten Cave, Tranquil Thicket, and now we are on to the cycling deserts. When it comes to these lands, there is 5 of them in total, again, 1 of each colour. They all entered tapped. They are all desert lands, which does matter because there are certain cards that say rather go for a desert, or if you have a desert do this, so it does matter in very, very rare circumstances. And they have the same ability as the M land cycle, where you tap the mana that the colour of that land produces to be able to cycle it. And here are all 5 on screen now. Desert of the Truth, Desert of the Mindful, Desert of the Glorified, Desert of the Fervent, Desert of the Indomitable, and now we get to change things up just a little bit. Now we are on to the dual cycling lands. When it comes to these lands, there is 5 in total. They're all dual lands, so they all tap of 1 of 2 colours. They all enter tapped, and they have what the original lands have, which is tap 2 generic mana to cycle them. And here are the 5 on screen now. Irrigated Farmland, Fetid Pools, Canyon Slog, Sheltered Thicket, Scattered Groves. Next are the Triumph lands. Now we've doubled it, there is 10 in total. They are all triumphs, so they all tap on 1 of 3 mana. Each land is a different 3 colours you can tap from. Again, all of these lands seem to enter tapped, so these do too. And it costs cycle 3, so you have to pay 3 mana to be able to cycle these lands. And here they are on screen now. Indatha Triumph, Rugrid Triumph, Zagoth Triumph, Savai Triumph, Ketria Triumph, Jetmire's Garden, Zaitora's Proving Ground, Sander's Lounge, Rafine's Tower, Spara's Headquarters. But then finally we are on to the other cycle lands. These are lands that are just kind of randomly thrown in throughout different sets that have the word cycling in them. There is 2 in total. These ones enter untapped, and I think, I could be wrong here, that is because they do not produce a mana of colour. They both tap for a waste, and they both have different cycling costs, so I'm just going to go over them, and here they are on screen now. Blasted Landscape, Ash Barrens, But now we've gone over cycling lands, let me know what you think of cycling lands in the comments down below. Let me know which is your favourite cycling land also in the comments down below. While you're there, remember to like and subscribe and follow me on all my social media, and I will see you in the next video. Also, if you like this Commanders class, we have the Commander class from 2 weeks ago here, because I was unwell last week. I have a playlist of all the Commander classes here, and then a subscribe button here. We will be soon going on to enchantment, so please stay and watch for that, and I'll see you in the next video.